Morning, guys. Sunday, September 24th. We got 63 hundredths, and then last night we got another 2/10ths. So it's muddy. Down at Doug's farm, that direction from us. 1.43 yesterday, and I don't know what, yesterday night I think it was. And then last night, I haven't talked to him. I don't know what he got. It's gonna be a little bit before we can get in and get that corn finished. Yeah. Now we gotta get seed wheat cleaned and treated. We gotta get a drill out, swap back over from cover crop. Lots to do. Don't know how much we will or won't do today. My mother-in-law, Lisa's mom, passed away yesterday afternoon, so that's on the table. Don't know how much to say or not to say about that, but it's kind of like Susan said, seems like we're all family here. A lot of you guys are always here, always comment. I greatly appreciate it. But anyway, I'm just out and about this morning. Sun's trying to come up. Been driving for a little bit, looking around. Family's doing pretty good. Lisa and my daughter Kara and my son Brent were all pretty close to her mom. Not that most kids aren't, but there was a special. She was the baby. My wife was the baby, so we know how that goes. Anyway, kind of enough on that. I was going to check some beans down here. Kind of looking to see how everybody's getting along on corn. Being the nosy neighbor this morning, I guess. Got about 80 or 90 acres left of corn. Windows are small around here for getting crops out, getting crops in. Having to push. Without picking that last little bit of corn, I can pretty well guarantee that we are going to have our record corn crop for our farm. We did not have our highest yield on any one farm that we've ever raised, but our average across the farm is going to be the highest by about 5 to 7 bushel, something like that. These are the beans I was going to come down and walk, but it's pretty wet out. And I may slip in the drive and look at them right here close. Haven't walked these for a little bit. Just want to make sure we don't have any pod worms. Found some pod worms at home the other day. And not an infestation, but enough that they deem watching. So anyway, now it's been a struggle. It always is a struggle, but we've had our best wheat crop this year that we've ever had, and looks to be the best corn crop we've ever had. And God willing, I don't know where we ought to have the best bean crop we've ever had. It's about our turn, guys. We didn't have much last year. No beans. I think 8 bushel last year, so. The insurance guys know us well. They look pretty fair. I'll go home and pull pods off, do some looking. I do not see any worms. I didn't go out extremely far. Lots of nodules. Anyway, I'll go look at them at the house at some point here. Pull the pods and check them out. And yeah, it's wet out there. This is the second field I wanted to check. This one, it's the one we had an airplane spray. It got away from us a little bit when my back was hurt. Excuses, but it is what it is. I'm a little concerned about the volunteer wheat. Didn't canopy completely. And that wheat can get pretty green by the time these get cut. So we've run through some of that before. Gums up your cutter bar a little bit, depending on how bad it is. If you have dry conditions when you're cutting them, the volunteer won't completely destroy it. But the difference in the plants is pretty big. This was a plant I just pulled here. These two stems were off of it. There's about 47 pods on it, but a lot of them are 2-bean. But you can see the damage that they did to these plants before we got them sprayed. Putting a lot of pods up top. So they'll still make a bean if we have time, but they're nothing like these. Yeah, it doesn't take much to see the difference there. My granddaughter saw me come in the other night. We're picking corn at night. So she drew me a picture. She's 7. Thought she did pretty good. Sorry about the shadows. She's got the corn head, my flashing lights, my light bar, and her papa picking corn. Still Sunday morning. This one had developed a little fuel leak and it was kind of dripping off the chaff spreader. Been that way for a couple days. We went to move it out of the shed this morning to get to the drill and it was getting worse, so Bob got up there and washed the engine off with a 2-inch hose. Then blew it off and he's up there now. It looks like a return line to the back of the pump. We had to do that to our sprayer. It's got the same 8.3 motor. And that return line on the back of that injector pump is a bear to get to. So anyway, we're trying to fix this now before we move on to a drill. We'd had a protective lining on it, but the old one had a hole still rubbed in it. Luckily, Bob had a length of...
No, I didn't even rub the safety line.
Didn't rub the safety line? Bob said it didn't rub the safety line, but it rubbed through that somehow. Anyway, he had a length of 5/16 new. We cut that end off. It's just a return line, no pressure. It was barbed, so we just put a clamp on it. He'll get the other end back on. So this is the end of it here. Goes to here. It runs up behind the pump. It's just a hose clamp on that end. But I don't understand. It got things pretty messy before we got her fixed here. Extremely convenient back in there. That new Milwaukee light. And we think this one's leaking now. During wheat harvest, Bob blew the other end of that one. He bought some extra hose. I think we got the right piece. See if we can replace it when he's done here. We got that hose changed and Bob's just putting a little more antifreeze in it. It was a little low. We hope that fixed it. I think so. It looked like that's where it was coming from. So anyway, we planned on working on a drill this morning and we worked on this all morning. But we got it fixed. The tire's driving a small one, and then the two big ones are on the driven. Got this thing dug out. I'd sure like to leave them on the big tractors for fall. I don't know if we will. GPS, we may have to move. Get this one on Bob's drill. We gotta clean this out. We left cover crop in it last fall. If I remember right, it was pouring when we finished cover crop. We put a bunch of new press wheels on last year. That one's split, bum. Anyway, I'll just go over it. Be ready. Playing guess the seed. There's some radish in there. Is it radish, that little bitty stuff, Bob, or turnip, or both?
Both.
Wheat, triticale, peas, radish, turnip. What are these brown ones? The blue ones are winter peas, right? Don't know what the brown ones are. Summer peas, I guess. That bag's full. The old New Holland don't like that bad. About all she wants. We got her pretty full. Little spillage. Chickens will like it. Drill's cleaned out. Set for wheat. Ready to go. I guess he got it. That's all she wants. Them tires are about off the ground on the back.